part about the holidays would have to be when my Aunt Nancy asks me, "Why are you still single?" Said no single woman ever. Andre! If you're new here or you don't know me, my name is Carissa and I'm the blogger behind The Missing Link. But seriously though, every single year this question seems to pop up around the holidays. And right now we are smack dab in the middle of what should be the greatest time of the year, Christmas, and Thanksgiving is already past. But this means holiday gatherings and good times with family and friends. But unfortunately, Aunt Nancy, year after year, has to ruin it for some of us because sometimes the holiday brings about more stress than intended, right? This question, why are you still single? What happened to the boyfriend? Why aren't you with someone? When are you getting married? When are you going to settle down? When do the questions end, right? So I keep seeing people ask, well, how do I handle this? How do I deal with this? And I'm going to be honest with you. There's not a really good answer, but commonly I think the reason that this question seems to bother most single women, and even if you're single and completely happy, sometimes the question brings about frustration and it has the implication to make you feel like crap, that you're not allowed to be happy or that you're supposed to be with someone. It just makes you feel like, so I should settle? And out of our reaction, we'd like to say, well, Aunt Nancy, why haven't you lost that weight yet? Don't say that. Don't say that. But I'm sure that's what we would like to say, right? Truthfully, I think we're afraid of the answer because the question in itself invokes a fear. And you have to do a little digging deep down to figure out what that fear is. It could be abandonment, it could be loneliness, just being alone. The fact of the matter is that it's the holidays and you feel alone and you're sick and tired of being alone. The fear of not having someone, insecurity. But I didn't make this video to delve deep into your feelings. You have to really do that for yourself. I made this video to give you a little insight on how to handle when the situation arises, when Aunt Nancy brings up the inevitable question at the Christmas party. Boundaries are the biggest thing I feel that most are missing when it comes to this. And it's about not allowing people who upset you to affect you. So, boundaries. You have one of two choices, really. You could not go to family gatherings or family gatherings that have certain family members that tend to ask you these questions. You can avoid these, but most people feel guilty. It is the holidays. So your other option is to put your foot down. And when the question is asked, because ultimately the question is unavoidable, you are only in control of yourself. You can't control Aunt Nancy. So if the question's asked, you can say something like, this is something I'm not willing to discuss this time. Or this is a topic that I don't want to talk about. So boundaries, the conversation may be started by Aunt Nancy, but ultimately you can end it. So most people, I feel like, will just answer the question to make the other person happy and so that it's over, but then they have to deal with the emotions, and then it's basically like my holiday's ruined because now I'm miserably sulking in my fear of being alone during the holidays. It just reaffirms the fact that I don't have someone in my life. So you want to avoid that at all costs. So answering the question is not the best route. If you set boundaries, you are facing the problem, but rather than turning a spark into a brush fire, you are simply de-escalating the situation from turning into conflict. And there's a way to set boundaries that is both respectful for you and the other person. So this year, if you get asked, why are you still single? You're so beautiful. You could get anybody you want. It is about finding the reason why we're uncomfortable with that answer, but also setting boundaries with people. You don't have to answer questions or talk about certain things that you don't want to talk about, that are sensitive. And boundaries are even more so important around the holidays. So I hope my little bit of advice can give you some peace of mind when you are going to your family gatherings or you're heading over to some Christmas parties this year. And I wish you the best. So happy holidays, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!